When days are dark, the criminals are plenty. Residents in Buffalo City Metro say the ongoing blackouts are putting their lives in danger. Criminals are targeting homes, commercial properties and businesses during the long evening hours of rolling blackouts. Reporter Ronald Masinda is tracking victims of crime during the power cuts, and he joins us now for an update. A very good morning to you, Ronald. And I suppose it doesn't help that we struggle already with policing resources, and that coupled with the blackouts, as I mentioned in my intro, the lives of many in different communities where you are in danger constantly, because at this stage we are constantly in the dark thanks to Eskom.
Yes, indeed, Rofeo, and I think the issue of load shedding has been well documented, particularly its impact on businesses. Before the conversation that we're about to have with the mayor of Buffalo City, we went to Mdantsane to speak to a car engineering business owner, and he was telling us that he relies mainly on electricity, not only for his business to function, but also to keep the security cameras on. And what happens in the evening when load shedding kicks in, those security cameras are off, and that's when some of the criminality takes place. But let's bring in the mayor now for a quick conversation. Mayor, thank you so much for your time. Let's start off with just its impact, load shedding, with regards to the challenges that you are facing in the metro.
Well, thank you very much. As you would be aware that energy and water are the economic and A+. Now we are at stage 6 of the load shedding. That has a very negative effect on the economy across the sectors of the economy. Now it is month of January, and businesses have started opening, particularly those in the manufacturing space, and now they are greeted by stage 6 load shedding, which has dire consequences on productivity. And we're very afraid that this may lead to jobs being lost, particularly in the manufacturing and hospitality sectors of the economy.
We look at the issue of infrastructure, which should be benefiting the citizens of this province and also the city. In terms of its impact, we've seen also, just walking at the beachfront recently, a lot of the cables being stolen. Are there security measures to curb this?
Well, indeed, we are working with the South African Police Service to deal with the challenge of vandalism of both public and private infrastructure. But the main challenge here are the scrap metal dealers who are feeding into this, because if you did not have those, you would not have people stealing public infrastructure, particularly copper cables. And we hope that as much as there are efforts that are being made by the national government, but more work needs to be done to ensure that scrap metal dealers are closed, because they are fitting into this tendency of vandalism of public infrastructure.
We're coming off a very busy festive season. How did this impact on people just coming into the city to enjoy themselves?
Well, we did very well in terms of tourism promotion, and indeed people came to our city and descended on our shores, and we're quite happy with the economic spin-offs arising out of that. But then the challenge remains of vandalism of infrastructure. We try so hard to replace and ensure that it does not have a direct effect on the businesses, particularly those that are operating at the beachfront. But that is costly to the municipality.
All right. Mayor, thank you so much for your time. Well, that was the mayor of the Buffalo City Metro. We'll also be trying to speak to other businesses to just maybe get a sense of the impact load shedding has caused to them, and also the type of crimes that they've experienced during stage 6.
Very interesting insights, and worrying as well. Ronald Masinda will track on with you later as we follow developments around those different forms of crime, as you've just mentioned.